I got a text message that circulated about this young quarterback out of Shreveport, Louisiana, who had just signed a big NIL deal. And so when I read it, I got on the phone and I called my people down at the bottom of the map in Louisiana, and they say, Reed, this kid has a chance. He has the goods. He has what it takes at a major program, Evangel Christian, which is known for producing big-time quarterbacks, guys like Josh Booty, John David Booty, Brock Berlin, some of the best quarterbacks in the country. We're going to welcome in our show Mr. Peyton Houston and his father, Sean. Guys, welcome.
Nice to be on, guys.
Man, great to have y'all. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Cam Newton definitely made his presence felt as a quarterback on and off the field, Peyton. You know, and despite the fact that you haven't started a high school game yet, you're making national headlines and signed a major NIL deal from Evangel. And so we want to make sure that we welcome you on our show. You have big time potential. Everybody's talking about you. Being a trailblazer comes with a lot of responsibilities. What are you doing to ensure that you're setting the stage for the next Peyton Houston?
Just each and every day, I try to give God all glory. Without him, I wouldn't be in this situation. And after that, I just keep my head down, grind, so I can help those after me get to where they need to get.
Man, we all understand that humbleness is an art. How are you staying humble and not allowing complacency to set in as you make your mark to the next level?
Just knowing I want to get to the highest level, I got to work to that. And I got other kids around the country that want to be in this position and will work every day for it. So I can't get complacent and let them catch up to me. So I just got to work every day.
Peyton, who are the three quarterbacks that you study and try to pattern your game after?
I say Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, and C.J. Stroud.
Peyton, those are really, really good names. But what part of your game would you say is Aaron Rodgers like, and what part would you say is C.J. Stroud-esque?
I say the part of my game that's Aaron Rodgers is how I throw, my mechanics. The C.J. Stroud part is the mindset, and Pat Mahomes is how I just go out there and just feel and flow.
Now, I'm a parent. I got 3 kids. I've been through the process like you're going through. Pops, how have you helped them and guided them through this journey? And what advice would you give for other parents that are out there?
Yes, sir. You actually that journey is a great word to use. Just making sure. I would say parents just make sure you guys understand that this is a journey. You can't eat a steak with one bite. It's a little bit at a time. But you have to consistently do it. It truly is it's a mindset and it's a lifestyle. We work every day. We want to get 1% better every day, and that's our focus. Take no credit for the success. Give all glory to God. And in failure, thank God for the opportunity and ask God for the lessons in whatever failure. But it's just a focus. It's a mindset, and it's a daily journey. So that if you're able to do that, then I believe that everything else is a byproduct of that level of mindset and hard work.
Well said.
Greatly said. Social media and recruiting sites, they can create unrealistic expectations. How are you, Peyton, blocking out the noise and staying focused on being a great football player?
Honestly, I try not to look at it. I just got to keep the goal that I want in mind to get where I want to be, the main goal, and not what others and trying to satisfy others. I try to work every day to get where I want to be.
Pops, you gave a great message. Now, Carl is a former head coach. I'm a former assistant coach. But it sounds like you got some coaching in you. So we did some research and I understood that, hey, you're one of those big-time youth coaches. You have any big-time name guys that you've coached?
So I would say the one that everyone would probably that's the most recognizable is Devin White. He was blessed and fortunate enough to to get drafted in the first round. He was a number 5 pick overall by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I know, as you guys know, he's now with the Philadelphia Eagles. Super blessed and super fortunate that God aligned, our paths to the cross when we did. Was able to coach him from the time he was 10 years old all the way through high school. So had an opportunity to actually, go through the recruiting process with him and go through the everyday, the day-to-day grind of the recruiting process, and then, see him, get to the highest in terms of, his ranking and, going to LSU, winning the Buckus Award, and, now working to be, one of the best linebackers, I'm sorry, Devin, my fault, brother, the best linebacker in the NFL. That's the goal.
Man, come correct. You better put that the best.
I'll get a phone call.
Dad, when I see great players, a lot of times I see their father guiding the way. Where did you start at in this process with Peyton, and what made you know that football was going to be his game?
Man, that's a great question. So Peyton was really, really fortunate in that I'm going to say Peyton was really born into the game. Obviously being the son of a coach, football has just always been it's just always been what we did. He grew up in the country, so there just wasn't a lot of things to get into. All of my players, our house was basically it was the community house. It was where all of the players gathered. They played in the front yard. And on days where they didn't have anything to do, they come by the house and ask if they could go to the stadium and get work in. And Peyton he was fortunate to be able to be a part of that and see all of that. So for him, that's just life. And so people always ask all the time, man, well, what do you have to push him? Do you have to push him? And what part of this do you play? And I tell everybody, no, football is just always been just a part of it's just always been a part of life. It's just what we do. We are true lifers. That's the best word I can use to describe it, man. We are for real lifers.
Sounds like football is in your blood all the way through and through. Well, listen, the last question I have for you, Peyton. When it's all said and done and you finish up your high school career, what do you want the world to know what Peyton's done in high school?
That's a great question. I haven't really thought of it, but I try to work to be the best player I can be every day. So one thing I say I want the world to know is that every time I step on the field, that I give God all glory, one, and just best player out there. Yeah.
Peyton, before we get out of here, as Smoke said, I used to be a high school coach. I always loved sitting down with young men and their parents. I'm gonna just give you a couple words before we move on. Remember, as you go through this journey, to stay locked in on the main thing. The main thing being you being a great person, number one, a great teammate, number two, being a great leader, focusing on being a great football player. As you continue to grow and you get offer after offer, you're getting recruited by school after school, to the point where the fan bases are harassing you, to the point you want to be on social media. Lean on your father, because he's already given you a great foundation. And as the money becomes in quicker and quicker for players these days, people are going to try to separate you from your main source of decision makers, which is your father. They're going to put divides in there for you. They're going to try to put traps in the road. Don't let that happen. The second thing I want to tell you, make tremendous decisions. Specialize in making good decisions. Making good decisions is a skill that, when exercised, leads to elite success. So make sure you make great decisions. Always be very coachable in every situation, and let your teammates enjoy your success. Sometimes great players need to always know how much of their success also belongs to the team. You on a great ride right now. You've got great momentum going in. We're excited to have you on our show today. We wish you nothing but the best. And Smoke, at some point, we got to get down there and see him live, don't we? We got to go see if he's going to get busy when we pull up in the stadium, don't we, Smoke?
Absolutely. So when we pull up, how many touchdowns you gonna throw up?
About 4.
Ooh, all in the air. You're gonna do something on the ground for me because I've watched your film already.
I
You
give
got
about
the ability to dual threat this thing and to make plays off script.
And just remember, man, there's nothing like Friday night high school football. It's really the last time that you're going to be able to do it before the real business kicks in. You had a great program with legendary guys in the past, man. Enjoy yourself and keep working.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.